Whenever a new government comes to power, they all have one line memorized, Khazana Kali Hai. It means the previous government emptied the national treasurer, leaving no money behind. Unfortunately for the imported government, PTI left them a lot of money. Hungry and corrupt as they are, too much money is never enough for them. During the 2013 to 2018 ruling of the Sharif government, new taxes were imposed. These taxes were meant to fill the pockets of the rulers rather than the national treasurer. One cannot buy a house in London without sacrificing the people. Anyway, new taxes were imposed, which were the GST sales tax and CPR tax. The GST sales tax was a one-time tax imposed on flats and shops. If you owned a flat, you were required to pay the GST sales tax at the time you were selling the flat. Whenever the new owner decided to sell the flat, he wouldn't be required to pay the GST sales tax as you already have paid it. This is like a lifetime token on cars. The rate of it was fixed, and the total cost of the tax was dependent on the total square feet of the house or shop. The tax rate multiplied by the square feet equaled to the GST sales tax. The second tax implied by the Hungary government was the CPR transfer tax. This is to be applied at the time of sale and purchase, and unlike the GST sales tax, it has to be paid every time a flat or shop is bought or sold. This means that when you buy a flat, you will have to pay the CPR tax. When you sell the flat, even if you have bought it for a month or 5 years, you will have to pay the CPR tax again. Both the buyer and the seller have to pay the CPR tax. The only exception is that if the seller has to be the first owner of the flat or shop, then he is exempt from the CPR tax. The rate of CPR tax depends on if you are a filer or non-filer. If you are a non-filer, then you would have to pay a higher tax rate. The Sharif and Zardari government loves to sacrifice non-filers. The CPR tax is a percentage of the total selling price of the flat or shop. As stated, it is higher for non-filers, and the imported government has increased the tax rates of both GST sales tax and CPR tax. They came into power for filling their pockets and having their past corruption forgiven. They might escape punishment here, but in the hereafter they will be punished, as a lot of poor people are killing themselves because of the rising cost of living. Things were not that expensive under PTI government as they are under the imported regime. May we be blessed with leaders and generals who care about the public and not filling their pockets.